The world may be on the brink of a global depression. This isn't merely a financial downturn. It's a period where economies stagnate, recovery becomes challenging, and societal morale plummets. The term depression here is not just an economic condition, but also reflects the widespread emotional and psychological distress that accompanies such a scenario. Robert Kiyosaki, the influential financial figure behind Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has been sounding the alarm on the U.S. economy. His concerns should not be dismissed lightly, as they are based on significant economic indicators. Kiyosaki highlights the sluggish growth of the U.S. economy, warning that it could lead to severe challenges down the road. He also points to the insidious threat of inflation, which he believes is eroding the financial stability of American households. Central to Kiyosaki's critique are the policies implemented by the U.S. administration. He has been particularly critical of President Biden, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, and Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, predicting that their policies could lead the country into a depression and even war. Kiyosaki dismisses the notion of a soft landing for the economy, warning instead of a crash landing. Despite his previous reservations, Kiyosaki now champions Bitcoin as a potential savior in this economic turbulence. He once opposed it, but now sees it as a hedge against economic uncertainty and inflation. In a comprehensive analysis of Kiyosaki's economic warnings, one particular asset stands out as a game-changer for investors seeking financial security: Bitcoin. Kiyosaki's recent tweets paint a grim picture of the economic landscape. On February 15, 2024, he declared, "Sick and tired of hearing experts ask what the Fed is doing. The Fed is the problem. The Fed is a criminal organization. The Fed has destroyed the economy." He argues that the Fed's policies have disproportionately harmed the poor and middle class while offering bailouts to wealthy banks. On April 7, 2024, Kiyosaki warned, "The everything bubble, stocks, bonds, real estate, set to crash. U.S. debt increasing by $1 trillion every 90 days. U.S. bankrupt. Save yourself." This statement urges caution and preparation in the face of an uncertain future. Kiyosaki also criticizes President Joe Biden's economic policies, labeling Bidenomics as a joke. He claims that inflation is eating American families alive, with only the price of illegal drugs decreasing. His biting criticism challenges the status quo, refusing to sugarcoat the harsh realities of the economic landscape. On April 25, 2024, Kiyosaki delivered his most sobering assessment yet, declaring the American economy to be in a state of depression. He cited subpar growth as evidence of its ailing condition. Specifically, he noted that while the economy grew by 3.4% in the last quarter of 2023, it only grew by 1.6% in the first quarter of 2024, less than half of the previous quarter's growth. This slowdown suggests potential problems ahead, urging people to stay informed and take precautions. Kiyosaki draws attention to the staggering amount of U.S. debt. From its inception, the United States has shouldered a burden of debt, which has only increased over time. The federal debt has risen dramatically from a relatively modest $43 billion in 1923 to an eye-watering $33.17 trillion by 2023. This astronomical rise in federal debt reflects the culmination of historical and contemporary factors, including significant events like the World Wars, economic crises such as the Great Recession of 2008, and the COVID-19 pandemic. In such a dramatic economic landscape, questions arise about how to survive financially and where to invest to achieve financial independence. Enter Bitcoin. Kiyosaki believes that Bitcoin can capture a significant market share in the coming years, potentially reaching a valuation of $10 million per Bitcoin. He views Bitcoin as a decentralized financial system and a hedge against inflation, with its fixed supply schedule making it an attractive investment option. Kiyosaki's endorsement of Bitcoin stems from his long-standing critique of traditional financial markets and central bank policies. He warns about the risks associated with fiat currencies and the dangers of excessive government debt. In an era marked by unprecedented levels of national debt and monetary stimulus, Kiyosaki sees Bitcoin as a critical countermeasure to protect against the erosion of purchasing power and the devaluation of traditional currencies. Kiyosaki's bullish stance on Bitcoin is reinforced by its track record of outperforming traditional assets like stocks, bonds, and commodities. especially during times of economic uncertainty and market volatility. He believes that Bitcoin's unique qualities make it a good choice for anyone worried about their financial future. Kiyosaki predicts that Bitcoin's value could surge to $100,000 by June 2024, reflecting his optimistic outlook on the digital currency's future prospects. Kiyosaki's shift from skepticism to bullishness about Bitcoin shows how he now sees it as a safer and potentially more profitable way to handle money compared to traditional options. His evolving stance on Bitcoin highlights its potential as a store of value and an investment opportunity in a world facing significant economic challenges. As we navigate through these uncertain times, Kiyosaki's insights and predictions offer valuable guidance for those seeking financial security and stability.